When an adult child pulls away, the silence that follows is deafening. It is a slow, suffocating drift that leaves you standing on the shore while their boat disappears into the fog. You may send messages that go unanswered, make calls that go to voicemail, or offer invitations that are politely but firmly declined. The panic sets in. You wonder, is this the end? Have I lost them forever? The instinct is to swim after them, to shout louder, to grab the rope and pull them back. But often these desperate actions only make the boat drift faster. You are left feeling powerless, rejected, and deeply confused about what you did to deserve this cold distance. But Viktor Frankl, the psychiatrist who found meaning in the most hopeless of circumstances, offers a counterintuitive wisdom. He teaches us that the way to break the silence is not by making more noise, but by changing the frequency of the signal we are sending. Frankl's logotherapy suggests that pulling away is often a symptom of a distorted search for meaning or autonomy. When we react with fear and grasping, we confirm their need to escape. But when we take a specific, powerful action, an action of internal shift and external grace, we can alter the entire dynamic. Today, we will explore what that action is. We will dive into Frankl's principles to understand why the pulling away happens, and crucially, what you can do right now to bridge the gap. This is not about manipulation or forcing a connection. It is about taking a stand of dignity and offering a new kind of relationship, one based on freedom rather than obligation. By the end of this video, you will have a clear, actionable step to take that respects your child's journey while simultaneously opening the door for them to return. It is time to stop chasing and start inviting. Before we can take action, we must understand the mechanism of the pull. Why does an adult child drift away? Frankl would argue that this behavior is often a clumsy attempt to solve an existential problem. Your child may be feeling overwhelmed by life's demands, career, marriage, finances, and they view the relationship with you as another demand they cannot meet. If they feel they cannot be the good child you expect, they retreat to avoid the shame of disappointing you. Another reason is the will to power disguised as independence. If they feel enmeshed or controlled, pulling away is their way of asserting agency. It is a boundary set with a sledgehammer because they don't know how to use a scalpel. They are testing their strength by seeing if they can survive without you. If you chase them, you prove that they are still dependent, which only fuels their need to rebel further. Frankl teaches that we cannot heal what we do not understand. Recognizing that their withdrawal is likely about their own internal struggle, fear, shame, or overwhelm, rather than a hatred of you, changes your emotional posture. You move from being a victim of their rejection to being a witness of their growing pains. This shift is crucial because the action you take must come from a place of calm understanding, not frantic panic. Panic pushes, understanding invites. The specific action Frankl suggests is rooted in his technique of paradoxical intention. This involves doing the exact opposite of what your fear dictates. Your fear screams, chase them, call them, fix it. Paradoxical intention says, step back, release them, validate their need for space. This is not giving up. It is a strategic maneuver to break the cycle of resistance. When you stop pulling on the rope, the tension instantly drops. The action is to send a single, clear message of release. It might look like a text or a letter that says, I sense you need space right now. I love you and I respect that. I will be here when you are ready, but I am going to stop reaching out for a while to give you the room you need. This is powerful because it steals their thunder. They are pulling away to get space. You are giving it to them as a gift. You transform their rebellion into your permission. By doing this, you remove the push-pull dynamic. You are no longer the pursuer, which means they no longer need to be the runner. Frankl observed that when we stop fighting a symptom, the symptom often loses its power. By stopping the fight for connection, you create the very conditions, safety, freedom, and lack of pressure, that allow connection to regrow naturally. If something in these words reached a part of you no one sees, you're welcome to support the channel through the thanks button. It helps keep this space of compassion alive. The third part of this action involves an internal shift, moving from demand quality to meaning quality. Frankl warned against approaching life with demands, demanding happiness, demanding success, or in this case, demanding a relationship with your child. When we demand, we become rigid and repelling. When we seek meaning, we become flexible and attractive. The action here is to fill your own life with meaning independent of your child. If your happiness is entirely dependent on their call, you are placing a crushing burden on them. They can feel this weight. It feels like emotional blackmail. To break the silence, you must lift this burden. You do this by actively pursuing your own passions, service, and growth. When you are busy living a meaningful life, your energy changes. You become lighter. You become someone interesting to talk to rather than someone who needs to be taken care of emotionally. This is magnetic. An adult child is far more likely to reach out to a parent who is thriving than to a parent who is withering in the waiting room of their life. Your vitality is the best invitation. The fourth element is maintaining an open door policy without standing in the doorway. Frankl teaches that love is patient. Taking action to break the silence doesn't mean breaking down their door. It means unlocking yours, and then going about your business. It means signaling availability without imposing obligation. This looks like sending low-pressure meaning cues, a simple photo of a sunset you both would like, a funny meme, or a brief thinking of you with no question attached. No how are you? No when will I see you? Just a pure signal of love with zero expectation of return. This breaks the binary of silence versus pressure. It creates a third way, presence. You are showing them that the bridge is still there, but you're not forcing them to walk across it. You are keeping the lines of communication open on your end, which reduces the shame they might feel about reaching out later. Often, adult children want to reconnect, but fear the awkwardness or the guilt trip. By keeping the door unlatched and the porch light on, you make their return journey easy and shame-free. The fifth aspect of the action is validation. If and when they do reach out, even with a crumb of contact, your action must be to validate their reality, not to interrogate their absence. Frankl emphasized that every person wants to be seen and understood. If they break the silence, do not ask, "Why haven't you called?" Ask, "What has been meaningful to you lately?" Or simply say, "I'm so glad to hear your voice." This validates their will to meaning. It shows that you are interested in who they are now, not just in their role as your dutiful child. You are treating them as a separate, autonomous adult. This respect is the glue that will hold the reconnection together. If they are pulling away because of a value clash or a lifestyle difference, your action of validation, "I respect your path even if it's different from mine," bridges the gap. You don't have to agree to accept. By validating their right to be different, you remove the primary reason for their withdrawal, the fear of judgment. You become a safe harbor for their authentic self. Finally, the most profound action you can take is to exercise what Frankl called the last of the human freedoms, the ability to choose your attitude in any given set of circumstances. Even if the silence persists, you can choose not to be destroyed by it. You can choose to love them from a distance without bitterness. You can choose to believe in the bond you shared, trusting that it is dormant, not dead. This attitude of tragic optimism allows you to remain open and soft-hearted in a world that gives you every reason to close up. It protects you from the corrosion of resentment. When you choose hope over despair, you are taking a powerful spiritual action. You are declaring that your love is stronger than their silence. This internal strength is palpable. Even from a distance, your child can sense when you have moved from a place of grasping to a place of peace. And often it is this very peace that gives them the courage to come back. They see that you are not broken, which means they haven't killed you, which means they are not monsters. Your resilience absolves them of their worst fears and paves the way for reconciliation. When your adult child pulls away, the instinct is to panic, but panic is a poor guide. Viktor Frankl offers us a higher path, the path of paradoxical intention, of meaning, of the open door, and of chosen attitude. The action to take now is not a frantic grasp, but a dignified release. It is the action of stepping back to let them step forward. By sending a message of release, filling your own life with purpose, sending low-pressure signals of love and validating their autonomy, you break the toxic cycle of chase and retreat. You create a new atmosphere where silence is not a weapon, but a pause. You prove that your love is big enough to handle their freedom. Take this action today, release the rope, unlock the door, and then go live your beautiful, meaningful life. That is the most powerful signal you can send. If this video gave you the courage to take a new step today, please share your thoughts in the comments. What is one meaningful thing you will do for yourself while you wait? Your story is a light for us all.